Okay, so I'm just going to explain what we have going on here. So this right here is chopped zucchini, which I'm going to cook up all of this tonight with some onion and pepper and red onion. So we have some cilantro here for the marinade I'm going to make for the chicken that is resting right here. So I have some diced regular onion, diced green pepper. This is for eggs in the morning, or if I'm making something and I want to add in one of these two ingredients. Here we have chopped up red and white onion. So this is obviously going to be cooked right now, and also some of it set aside. And here's some chopped up green pepper. This is for snacking or for cooking. Mostly for snacking. So I'm gonna put together the marinade for the chicken, and that's gonna be our first recipe for today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a clear plastic freezer Ziploc bag, and I'm going to dump the chicken breast in it. Now, this is 2 very large chicken breasts. I don't know how much in weight it is, but it's very heavy right now. And I'm gonna put this in here and just let it sit for a moment. I'm going to gather all my ingredients. So we are going to add a generous handful of cilantro, about that much, to the bag of chicken. Might add a little bit more. It smells so good. I am going to grab a lime from my trusty refrigerator, and I'm going to cut it in half and squeeze half a whole lime into the bag. And now I like using my fingers for this, but if you have any cuts on your fingers, I'd highly recommend against it. I'm just gonna squeeze this directly into the bag. I'm getting as much of the juice in as I possibly can. So now that we have the lime juice in the bag of chicken, I am going to put this lime aside for some water or some more recipes later. And go back in the fridge. So next I'm going to take my honey here. This is honey that we got a little bit ago. It is fresh organic wildflower honey from Meadowview Apiaries in Whitby, Ontario. And I'm going to take approximately a tablespoon of this lovely honey, if I can get it out. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep taking little bits of honey and putting it in with the lime and the cilantro. And this is to offset the bitterness and the spiciness of the other ingredients, so that it forms a nice little sugary crust. Basically, this is what will ensure that there's a caramelization of the chicken. This stuff's real sticky. Real sticky. So next, because I don't have garlic at the moment, well, I have garlic, but I'm impartial to chopping it up right now. I'm gonna add some California granulated garlic. I'm just going to add a couple of shakes. This is the YOLOing I was referring to earlier. Some olive oil. This is just some light tasting extra virgin olive oil. Add a little bit of that. Also going to add some salt. Nice generous bit of salt. I'm just gonna open this up. Pepper, if I can manage it. I need one of those bag holders. And this is just freshly ground, coarse ground black pepper that I'm adding. Just some flavor. And then to top it off, I'm just going to add a little bit of cayenne pepper for a little bit of more spiciness. Don't need that much, just mostly for color. And we're done. So I'm going to let this sit. What I like to do with anything that I'm marinating is just swirl it around a little bit. Let it get all the flavors on it. And yeah, that's basically it. It's simple. You just do this. And what I really like about this, I found this recipe looking for meal prep recipes. I just took the idea of what to do and then I kind of adapted it for my own tastes. But what I like is that you can freeze these marinades for the chicken. So I'm just gonna let this sit for a little bit, then I will fry it up on the pan. So what we're going to do now is we're going to prepare the pancake mix as well as the chicken bacon we were discussing earlier. So this is for breakfast meal prep. Now I don't know how well pancakes will reheat. I'm trying to just trust that it will go as planned, but you never know. So we're going to do a trial run of these pancakes and I'll let you know how they turn out in the morning. But for now, I will grab the mix. So like I said before, I'm using the PC Blue Menu protein pancake mix. It's about the same macros as Kodiak cakes. They're just 10 more calories more and it has more protein in them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use about a serving. So like I said, we are going to attempt red velvet pancakes. I don't think it's gonna go very well, but we'll see. Actually, I'm going to use 2 servings. So I'm gonna use 2 servings of the mix, which is 110 grams. So let's try this out. Let's see how this goes. So this is going to make 2 prepared meals. And it says just to use the pancake mix and water. So I will just add water as I see fit. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add some cocoa powder. So in here I just have some Bulk Barn cocoa powder, nothing special. And I'm going to add probably about a tablespoon. Not even like a real tablespoon, like a spoonful. I'm gonna mix it up, see what happens. I don't think it's gonna be brown enough. So, or maybe. Let's add one more. And I'm also gonna add some stevia. Now you can do this with Kodiak cake mix as well. It's totally up to you. I just think it's a really great idea by Katie Hearn and her team at Bite Meals. I'm a sucker for red velvet and I think this is gonna be pretty awesome. So we'll see how it goes. I got my trusty stevia in the raw here. I'm gonna add probably like that much, maybe a little more. Like I said, I don't really like artificial sweetener that much, but we'll see how this goes. So into the pancake mix. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mix all of this up, as so, and add some water. So it looks like it's come together pretty well. I can't really vouch for the validity of how this will taste yet. I hope it's okay. But it should be pretty good. So that's about the consistency I want. And we'll see how this turns out. So what I'm gonna do is move over here. So while I'm waiting for the stove to heat up, I'm going to prepare the cream cheese frosting. And I'm pretty sure I know how I'm gonna go about this. I'm going to use a scoop of protein powder mixed with a little bit of low-fat cream cheese and a little bit of water. So we'll see how this turns out. So for the red velvet cream cheese frosting, I'm going to use this Lean Fit 100% whey vanilla whey protein, and I'm going to use approximately 1 scoop. So I'm just doing this. So what I'm going to do is tear that and add approximately 31 grams of protein powder to that. And bear in mind, this is for 2 servings. So 1 serving would have about half the whey protein that 2 servings would. So it would be about half a scoop. And then I'm going to use this light Philadelphia cream cheese. And I'm going to use 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon is 35 calories. And then I'm going to mix this in with water. So we're going to add this in by weight as well, just to make it a little bit easier. And 1 tablespoon is 15 grams. 7 grams. So that's 16 grams. I might eat the rest of the cream cheese by myself. And then I'm going to add a little bit of water, mash it up with a fork. And I know this probably looks disgusting, but like I imagine this is how they do it at Bite Meals. A little bit thick for my liking, so I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Add water slowly, don't over add, because this is gonna be chunky regardless. So, well, not regardless, but like you're gonna have chunks that you're gonna have to grind out. Actually, I'm gonna wash the whisk. Now bear in mind, adding the cocoa powder, I used sugar-free like cocoa powder. I use cocoa powder for baking, not the cocoa powder that you use for hot chocolate. So it will not make it too sweet with the stevia, and it will not add many calories. 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder is approximately 10 calories. So I will do the macros after. Now I know why theirs is so runny. That's why we can't have nice things. So it kind of tastes where it needs to be. I'm just gonna add a little bit of stevia. Where did I put it? So I'm just gonna update you. My camera's over here because it is currently plugged in. It did die again, unfortunately, because I didn't fully charge it. But I added another serving of the cream cheese and a little bit more stevia, and it actually turned out a lot better. I would highly recommend using like a food processor or a blender or something to mix it, because the chunks are really difficult to get out by hand. But I'm going to throw mine in the food processor. It tastes good already, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be really great. And all I'm doing right now is cooking pancakes like I normally would. Just monitor it properly. Pretty straightforward. Don't cook it on too high. I have it on 5 right now, but I would highly recommend going lower. I just like nuking mine. And they're not going to look red because I don't have red food dye, but they are essentially the same thing. So I'm very excited to try these tomorrow. I'm just going to pack everything up, and then we'll move on to the lunch meal. Okay, so the protein pancakes are done, and this is what they look like. This is the sauce, and I recommend heating it up with the pancakes. And this is what one of the pancakes looks like. And there's 2 pancakes in here. I will put the macros on the screen. I haven't calculated it yet, but I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere in the ballpark of about probably like 40 grams of protein, maybe like 30 carb, almost no fat. So yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm excited to put the macros on the screen, and I hope you enjoy this recipe. And now I am cooking the chicken for the next recipe. So while I'm cooking the chicken, I'm also making some chicken bacon. What I did was I lined a baking sheet with aluminum foil. I'm gonna spray it down with some nonstick spray. I'm gonna lay the chicken bacon on it, pop it in the oven at 375 for about 15 to 20 minutes. Keep an eye on it, and then take it out whenever you feel that it's crispy enough to your liking. I'm gonna throw 3 pieces into each red velvet container just for added fats and proteins. If your macros don't allow for it, you can skip this step, but I have really high macros starting off with my cut, so I'm gonna take advantage of it. So what I'm doing with the chicken is I'm letting it sit for about 6 to 7 minutes on each side and allowing it to brown. And it smells really, really good. I know you guys can't smell it, but you can see little bits of cilantro, the caramelized edges. That's due to the honey. And I'm very excited for these bowls. So I'm going to be adding beans to my bowls. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain it and then wash them. These are just mixed beans. Don't have any black beans, or else I would use black beans. And I'm just gonna rinse them and hopefully not lose too many in the process. And let that sit until all the chicken's done. Okay, so we are almost done with the chicken. And that is the turkey bacon going on. That's what it looks like. This is the finished product over here. This is just the rest cooking off. This was my dinner. I had a quarter of a lasagna. It was 444 calories, 22 grams of protein, and mostly cheese and fat though. And then this is the vegetable medley that I will be using for the bowls. So I did 1 part zucchini, 1 part onion, both red and white, and then 1 part green pepper. So, and these are just leftovers for the rest of the week. That's what the beans look like after I clean them. So I will show you how I season my veggies, and then we're gonna put the bowls together. So what I will be doing for the vegetables is simply just pouring them all in. And seasoning with some salt, pepper, garlic, and that's about it. I like digging my hands in, if you haven't noticed. There's enough seasoning on the actual bottom of the pan to really coat the veggies. The chicken juices and the oils from the marinade should soak into them. So what I'm going to just do is saute them until they're a little bit brown, and we should be good to go to start packing the bowls. So I'm going to go season this, and we'll get to packing. Okay, so I measured out the chicken and I have 488 grams of cooked chicken, which means every bowl is going to get 122 grams of chicken. 41, 105. I need to use our master knife here to cut us off a piece of this delicious chicken. Okay, we're gonna do this slowly. 113. I'm like manhandling it, but gotta do it for the tubes. 126. And we are going to add, let's see how many beans are in this. 411, so we're gonna add 100 grams of beans as well. Just normal beans, nothing fancy. It's 100 grams, 101 grams. And to that, I'm also gonna add some of this, just make it taste a little bit better. So just a little bit of onion and a little bit of pepper. Ta-da! And then the veggies will go in this compartment here. So about 10 grams of onion and pepper. I'm just gonna MyFitnessPal onion and pepper together because it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. To thank you for tuning into the video. I will put the macros on the screen like I said. This is the this is the chicken bite bowl knockoff with cilantro lime chicken, a pseudo bean salad, and grilled veggies. And this is the Bite Meals knockoff of the red velvet pancakes with the protein icing, and then chicken bacon for meal prep. All the ingredients will be down below. I will link both recipes. I'm going to attach it to a blog, I believe. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to rate it thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and I will come at you with some more meal prep tips in the coming videos. Okay, bye guys. Have a happy cut.